Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a little problem that I have. I have a lot of FairyLoot books that I've purchased throughout 2024. Every month I would get this lovely, wonderful FairyLoot box, and I sadly would not read them because they weren't in the plans. Well, I'm trying to make that a priority this year and read them. So we're gonna go through what's on my FairyLoot TBR, and we're going to talk about a fun little exciting announcement. So I'm going to start with the fun little exciting announcement first. We are going to be doing FairyLoot February from February 9th through February 15th. This is basically like the book of the month reading challenge, where you try to read as many pages as you can, not necessarily as many books as you can. We want to read down our FairyLoot TBR, and it's just fun, friendly competition, just like book of the month, where we are just trying to see who can read the most pages in the week. So if you're excited and ready to join us, let me know if you're going to be participating. If you are going to be participating, we do have a fun little Discord, Host for Pros, that you can update daily what your page count is. You can kind of contribute to the conversation. You can talk about books that you have that you've liked or didn't like or whatever. If you don't have FairyLoot but you want to do like Owl Crate or Luma Crate or whatever pretty sprayed editions that you have, totally fine as well. If you want to try to narrow down your FairyLoot books in particular, this is just a great way to do that. Let's talk about what books I own. Alright, so my little FairyLoot shelf is right here for the moment. I do have a couple that are hiding off camera, so I will show you guys that soon, but we're just going to go through each of the books that I physically own that I haven't read yet, because right now there are a couple right here that I have read, so I've turned their spines towards the inside so you can see the sprayed edges, but I'm going to go through the ones that I haven't read, and I keep the spines out so that I know what books they are. So we have The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott, The God and the Gumiho by Sophie Kim, A Feather So Black by Lyra Celine, A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft, A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal, The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind, Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen, A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan, For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga, The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong, The Girl with No Reflection by Quiche Chow. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart, Sorcery of Small Magics by Maiga Ducey, Air by Saba Tahir, The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, and the last one on this shelf is Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. But no, that is not all of the books that I have, because there's some that are not on this shelf. I have more. So we have Book of Night by Holly Black, Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan, Darker by 4 by June C.L. Tan, The Half King by Melissa Landers, The Darkness Within by Trisha Levenseller, and this is the second book in the series, so I would need to read the first book, which I don't own, in order to be able to read this book. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I also have some wrapped books up here that do contain a couple of FairyLoot books, and I know which ones they contain. I don't know which of the wrapped books up above are the FairyLoot books, but I know that I have a couple in there. So I have The Honey Witch, I have The Night Ends with Fire, and Sleep Like Death. So I will have to eventually unwrap those at some point this year and read them, but they won't be in this particular challenge. There's more. So I have a bunch of FairyLoot books that are not from the monthly subscription, but were more like add-ons. So I ended up getting all of these special edition books by Scarlett St. Clair. So A Touch of Darkness, A Touch of Ruin, A Touch of Malice, and A Touch of Chaos, because they're just stunning. I also have Tales of the Celestial Kingdom by Sue Lin Tan, and then finally I have both Wisteria and Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I don't have Belladonna. These are like the FairyLoot ones. I don't know why I got these. I haven't even read the books yet, and I got special editions of them. Like, this is how you know you have a problem. So we're gonna work on the problem throughout the year. So every couple of months, I think we're gonna try to circle back around to FairyLoot. So we'll just cycle through like Book of the Month, FairyLoot, digital stuff, etc. And then if other things come up, we might do like Aardvark, Owl Crate, whatever. This time around, we're not gonna do like any special things to it. Like, we're just reading for pages. The next time, I think I might do like a bingo board of some sort. So if you want to see what I'm gonna be reading for the week of FairyLoot February, you have to stay tuned, because yes, I will be vlogging my experience just like I did with the Book of the Month reading challenge. So if you've gotten to the end of this video, leave some sort of like fantasy emoji down below. It could be like a fairy, it could be a dragon, could be anything kind of like whimsical, wands, whatever, something kind of that screams fantasy. Let me know if you have any of these books in common and what you're super duper interested in reading if you're going to be participating in this readathon. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Got traffic and a waste of time.